When there are scary things we don't understand, our minds try to fill in the blanks. Sometimes the best thing to do is to face it. So this light is going to be completely solid like it is right now. And gradually, it's going to start flashing until it's totally dark. So you can see that there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay? See? That's not so scary, is it? Just you, your sister, and me.
You're doing okay. It's not real. It's okay. It's okay. It's all just in your head.
Katie, there's something in my room. You believe me, don't you?
There's no such thing as monsters. You need to grow up. I'm serious, Sawyer. I need to be alone.
You're both having these manifestations. What is this supposed to be? It's the thing that comes for your kids when you're not paying attention.
Dad, you have to listen to me.
Okay. I'm listening. Sweetheart, let me handle it.
That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I'm very, very excited for Stephen King's The Boogeyman. That will be coming out this June 2nd during the summer. Like I've said before, I really, really love Stephen King's books, his movies, what he does, and his creations that he's done over the past 40 years, I would probably say. Yeah, the past 40 years, I would probably say. But yeah, I've seen Stephen King's Doctor Sleep, The Shining, Pet Sematary. Oh yeah, I've seen It, and but yeah, I've seen most of his movies that have been coming out within the past half decade, and I really, really do love his movies and books. I do have the books of Doctor Sleep and also The Shining, and so I really, really do love Stephen King's creations, and so the trailer looks the trailer looks good. The trailer looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Now, as we all know, the Boogeyman is a legendary, a classic, and I forget what the other word is that I'm trying to think of. It's a classic horror character that has existed for a very, very long time and has been brought out in very different versions of other characters. Like Michael Myers is the Boogeyman, and I can't remember too much right now. Alright, I can't remember too much right now, but there have been other versions of the Boogeyman throughout the years and the decades, and the horror character became extremely and very, very popular ever since when I was growing up. I grew up when the Boogeyman character was around, and during the time. I didn't know it that well. I've heard the name, and I don't know. I've heard the name, but I've never fully known who the Boogeyman character fully was. But I've always known he was around. All right, I've always known he was around, out there in the horror genre and in the horror aspects. And so, but yeah, he is a classic and legendary and a very character. And so, I think it would be very, very cool if Stephen King did his own portrayal, his own version of the character. And because Stephen King, he knows how to do horror movies, he knows how to do the books, right? He knows how to do his own creations. And what I like about Stephen King's books and his movies and his creations is good characters, good stories. He takes his time on them. He likes to make very long stories, and he really does care about them. All right, he really does care about his stories and his characters and everything. And so he he really does. And so that's why I really love Stephen King so much. And so I think the Boogeyman for him would be a pretty good idea. I think the Boogeyman would be a pretty good idea for him. And so um, and so it looks good. The trailer looks pretty good. The trailer looks pretty good. And so we got to see more footage, and we got to see more on what's gonna happen within the movie and what's gonna be out there. And so and plus the story is gonna be more about the little girl and her family, that they're being haunted by the Boogeyman character. And so and at first, from what I'm getting here, is that they won't believe her. They won't believe her because, well, she's a little girl, and obviously there's no such things as monsters, which and so they have to believe her. All right, they have to believe her. Otherwise, the little girl could get haunted, and she most likely could get hurt. And so we don't want her to get hurt. We don't want her to get haunted, and and we gotta find a way to stop the Boogeyman once and for all. All right, we gotta find a way to stop the Boogeyman once and for all. And so I'm sure it'll be a pretty good movie. All right, I'm sure it'll be a pretty good movie. I don't expect it to be perfect, or I don't expect it to be perfect, but I expect it to be pretty good. Stephen King hasn't done a movie in probably in a few years. All right, Stephen King hasn't done a movie in a few years, ever since Doctor Sleep and It Chapter 2, and also Pet Sematary. Ever since those movies came out a few years ago in 2019. So yeah, it has been a good long while. So I'm glad that he's coming back to doing another movie again, which I'll be excited about. My brother Seth Fazzi is also excited for this movie too, and he says he would like to check it out. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I love the horror aspects in this movie, and I like the way how it looks and how it sounds. And oh, I like the music. I like the music in this trailer. Like, the music goes along with it within the movie and within the trailer, and the music sounds really cool and really really creepy and scary. So I like the music with the trailer, and hopefully for the movie. And so yeah, who knows what the Boogeyman character will look like in this movie. and who knows what we'll see, because we've seen like very little sightings of him, but we haven't seen a full sighting of the character yet, but I'm sure we'll see the full sighting of him. And so yeah, so I'm guessing they're trying to surprise us for the movie. All right, they're trying to surprise us for the Boogeyman movie. And so I'm sure it'll be pretty good. I'm sure it'll be pretty good. And it does look scary. It does look really scary. And so yeah, the trailer just came out over an hour ago, early this morning, and I went on my iPad right now, and I went on the YouTube app, and I saw that the official trailer for the movie was posted on YouTube. So I wanted to do a reaction out of it. All right, I wanted to do a reaction out of it, and so I wanted to. So yeah, I wanted to see the trailer and everything. So yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I really love Stephen King's creations, and I really do love his movies, and I will continue to watch his horror movies, and and hopefully collect his scary books. And so I will continue to do that. And so once the Boogeyman comes out this summer on June 2nd, I will go see it. All right, me and my brother will go see it, and hopefully it'll be pretty good. All right, hopefully it'll be pretty good. And so yeah, 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 yeah. But anyways, guys, that'll be it for my trailer reaction today. So I hope you all enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you do, I really appreciate it. Make sure to go check out some of my other videos that we've recently posted for you. All right. Make sure to go check out some of our other videos that we recently posted to you on our YouTube channel. And if you do, I really, really appreciate it. All right. I really, really appreciate it. All right. All right. But anyways, guys, this is Gavin Renault here, and we'll see you later. All right. See you later.